So we're going to need some golf shoes for this muck. Joe Biden, the Democrat Party, news media, social media, they all seem to want to continue the narrative of division. And the latest divisive attempt that Joe Biden and the Democrat Party are doing is, again, targeting the unvaccinated, saying that 80 million Americans are the enemy because they're not being vaccinated. But they got to keep the division narrative on top of that. So they seem to leave out of that the fact that the largest unvaccinated populations in the United States are flyover country whites and inner city blacks. So why don't the inner city blacks get a shout out from the news media saying that we need to get these people more vaccinated? Well, because you got to keep that narrative that the racist white Trump supporter is the one that's keeping our country down. Those dastardly white Trump supporters don't want to get vaccinated, so we got to make sure we keep that division in place as much as possible. And they do it with absolutely everything. But their biggest divider, their bread and butter, is race dividing. You got these race hustlers like Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson, Robin DiAngelo, that absolute potato head, Ibram X. Kennedy, all constantly shoving that division down your throat. White people are colonizers. White people are the devil. White people are your enemy. No, nobody's the enemy of anybody. The only enemy you have is yourself. If something goes wrong in your life, the first person you have to look at is yourself. Michael Jackson sang that great song about it. But they love their division. Now they want to give black people their own national anthem. Give gay people their own flag. Give black folks their own Independence Day. And they're doing it for everybody. And it's what's causing the division. Is you dividing yourselves. You're dividing yourselves into victimhood groups, into little victim categories. And you know what? I don't get this victim narrative for the division portion, because if I was a black dude, I'd be a little upset with people that were saying, oh, I'm a victim and I'll never be able to get anywhere because of the color of my skin. That the boot of the American white man is on my neck and I just can't get anywhere because of this. I would be offended and insulted by this proposition. No, black people can do it under their own volition. You have black folks in every single aspect of American society. CEOs, astronauts, the president, the vice president. No matter what portion of America you go to, you will find black folks. And white people aren't running around saying how terrified we are. We don't fucking care. If like I said, if you're the best person for the job, then you're going to get the job. And that's the way it should be. But the division's got to continue. You got to keep that divisive rhetoric up. You got to keep it at 120% all the time. Gas on, pedal to the metal, full steam ahead. When you're separating college students between their skin color, when you're saying that the black students can have their own graduations, their own dorms, telling black folks that they need to be afraid of the police, that, in LeBron's words, like I said, hunting black people. When you're throwing these little divisive things out there, it starts sinking into the population, and they start believing this nonsense. You got the woke white liberals running around trying to white knight for every black person. Black folks don't need your white knighting. They can do shit on their own. They don't need your help. They don't need you to get on your knees and wash their feet or put yourself in bondage chains and walk down. White people don't need to be treated as if they're the devil, as if there's some sort of plague on the United States, as if we need to be eradicated. You know, you have that white therapist, which blew me away when he said it, when I heard him say it, that white people should just start killing themselves. Well, buddy, you're white. Why don't you start? Lead by example. You go kill yourself and let me know how that goes, because you'll just be one less white person. If they really wanted all of this, you would see Joe Biden step down and give Kamala Harris the shot. You know, she is a colored woman, of course. Got to keep it in the pocket. Got to keep it about race. She is a colored woman. Put her in there. Step down. What about you, Nancy Pelosi or Chuck Schumer? You guys going to step down? Give one of these black folks a shot to run the place for a little bit? No. When it's your power, you're the good guy. But when it's a conservative, they're the enemy. They're the dividers. We don't divide anybody. We just want everybody to live equal and happy. Equal under opportunity, not under your skin color. We need to start fighting back against these woke lunatics like Ibram X. Kendi, who said that white babies start becoming racist at 3 months old. What? How? You got these, so in your opinion, 3-month-old babies are just running around white supremacists all over the place. You even go so far as to say the weather is divisive and racist. How do you people believe this? I mean, do hurricanes just come into Louisiana and say, well, there's a Caucasian house right there. We got to leave that one alone. Whoa. There's a black house. Got to take that one out. I mean, do you believe this? But they say it and people buy it. People honestly believe it. And it just blows my mind. It blows me away. How divisive they can actually be, and nobody looks at it and says, wow, that is about the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Black on black crime doesn't even matter. You know, you can't point out the fact that there's record homicide rates for black on black crime. But we got to keep that narrative going, so if it's a white trigger finger and a black person, then we got to talk about it. We got to talk about the evils of the white man and the plights of the black man. And it's insanity. Just treat everything the way it's supposed to be treated. Don't divide the country by different national anthems, different flags, different Independence Days. The great unifier for our people, the United States Americans, is the red, white, and blue flag. That is what unifies us. The amendments aren't for specifically white people. They're for everybody. Nobody gets excluded based on your skin color. But they want to make sure that there's an amendment in there specifically for black people or an amendment specifically for Hispanics. Why? Why when it's worded just fine for everybody, all people? We don't need these extra divisive imageries like Black Lives Matter. We don't need it. We don't need the rainbow flag. These little extra dividers, so we can put each person in their own little victim group and their own little divided pocket. You know, when you got people like Joe Biden saying that the greatest threat to America is white supremacy, are you telling me, because all white people are evil according to your guys' narrative, are you telling me that over half the country's population are the enemy? Wow. And you got your Democrat Party constituents believing this nonsense. So, do us all a favor, woke people. Take your own advice and wake up. Take a look at what Joe Biden and the Democrat Party, the news media, social media giants, take a look at what they're doing. You know, when you got people like Bank of America saying that all white people are evil, you got the white supremacy pyramid from Google. Take a look at the real dividers. President Trump was never about this. Take a look at the people that are really trying to divide you. And let's keep it in the pocket. Let's remember that only the Democrat Party cares about this narrative. And they care about it because there's that old saying, divide and conquer. Like, share, comment, subscribe, but most importantly, we need to wash away the muck for a better tomorrow.